Oh, these contacts are like 1,000 years old.
Hey glam bugs, welcome back to Cheap Natural Beauty TV. I actually attempted to film this video, but this video is going to be a cut crease, a glitter cut crease video. But anyway, let's just get to it. So I'm going to start with my eyes. My face is already washed, everything like that. I'm going to tie my hair up to get on my face, and then we're going to go into this cut crease look, which by the way is the first time I've actually, well no, my second time, because I told you I tried to film the video before, but it didn't quite work out. Alright guys, so of course I start off with my eyebrows as always, and I am using my Go Brow pencil in the shade dark brown, and I'm just going ahead and brushing all of my hairs up just to make sure they're uniform. Yes, don't talk about my brows, okay? They still need some cleaning up, but it's okay, we'll still work with them. I've really been trying to grow my eyebrows out so that I can have a uniform shape, because ever since I let that one lady thread my eyebrows, they have just been so, they've just been so non-cooperative, it's not even funny. So I'm trying my best to grow them all the way out so that I can go to my regular person and get them waxed and go from there. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking a dark brown pencil. You can use any eyebrow pencil really. This is just the one that I prefer to use the most. It's the Ruby Kisses Go Brow pencil. You can probably get it from any beauty supply store. That's where I got mine from. So yeah. So I was feeling a bit adventurous today, and I decided to try out this new concealer that I actually got in my Ipsy bag. And it was, I think it's pronounced Aurora or something like that. But it was a new concealer, and I said, you know, why not? But it actually turned out to be a complete disaster, and I ended up having to do my eyebrows off camera anyway, because it wasn't working. Like when I tried to blend it out, it started to peel. It was really super weird. You know how when you get out the water, you've been soaking in water for a long time, and you rub your skin and your dead skin comes off? That is exactly how that concealer started to peel. And I know that it wasn't my dead skin coming off, because I literally just exfoliated my face. So it was, I don't know, it was weird, it was funky, and I just was not rocking with it at all. So I just ended up doing my eyebrows off camera, and I used my regular concealer, which is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Alright, so now I can confidently continue this video knowing that my eyebrows are back to how they're supposed to be looking, because that concealer was crusty. I don't know, I'm sorry, but yeah. No. So now I'm taking my NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Skin Tone, and I'm using that to start off my lid prep. So I do that first, and then I take a translucent powder and I put that all over my lids to help the blending process go smoothly. Mr. Poet. Wait a minute. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. Love you in a minute. Matter of fact, I'll be here in a minute, baby. You So for this look, I will be using my super cute Karuchi times ColourPop Fem Rosa palette, and I'll be using the two shades, the purple one and the pink one. And yes, I'm going to list the actual names in the description box below. But anyway, I'm taking an angled eyeliner brush and I'm using that to create my line. So I'm going in the first color, which is the pink color, and I'm using that to basically create the cut, and I'm just taking it and winging it out and creating just a sharp line. But then later on I'm going to diffuse it using a smudge brush and a tapered blending brush. Now to blend this all out, I'm taking my Morphe M330 brush, and this is a tapered blending brush, and I'm just using it to defuse my crease because I don't want it to be such a harsh line. For this specific cut crease, I want the line to be a little bit softer, so this brush is doing wonders at blending it all out. Now we're going to take some concealer, and I am using my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm using a flathead eyeshadow brush to apply this. And this is where we create the cut crease, basically making a distinct break in between your two eyeshadow shades. So I'm just using this to help create that break. And then this is also going to help my glitter stick because I don't have a glitter glue, so I'm using this in a combination of my eyeshadow base to help the glitter and the cream pigment that I'm going to use stick to my lid. So now for my lids, I'm going to take a cream pigment, a pink cream pigment, and a silver pressed glitter. And I'm going to apply the cream pigment first to kind of give it a metallic-y look for the first layer, and then I'm going to take the silver glitter and press it over the lid. Alright, so that is the first eye. My eyeshadow is a little bit patchy right now, but I still like how it turned out. I also had a few issues with the cream pigment, but I ended up being able to work it out. But now I'm going to move on to the second eye. I'm going to clean up this eye and then go on to the second eye, and then we're going to go to the rest of my face. So as always, I'm going to start off with a primer. I'm using my NYX Angel Veil primer. Going to apply it to the places where I need it the most, where my pores are the largest, my forehead, and the sides of my nose, under my eyes, and right on my cupid's bow. Now I'm taking my Revlon Colorstay foundation in the shade 400 Caramel, and this is actually my winter shade. I found that I can use my winter shades now. I guess my tan faded a bit, so everything is meshing together very well. So I'm taking my damp beauty blender and just blending that all over my skin. And I don't know what it was about this primer and foundation combination. Haha, that rhymed, foundation combination. Anyway, I don't know what it was about the two, but that foundation blended so effortlessly over my face. It was amazing. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just working out so well. So I think I found a good match, the Angel Veil primer and the Revlon Colorstay, because boy oh boy did that blend out over my skin. I didn't even have to work that hard. So yeah. Now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, again my winter shade, because before I was using Almond, and I'm just applying that in the corners of my eyes. Now I developed this technique over time. Lately I've been experimenting with different makeup techniques to just improve my makeup slayage, and I learned that putting it in the corners of my eyes and bringing it out just a little bit and then blending it all out with a beauty blender is the best way for me to get, I guess, the best look, for lack of better words. I don't know how to say that in makeup terms, but anyway, I like this way a lot. It doesn't give me like a ghost look, you know, in pictures or anything like that, and it doesn't look ashy, and it doesn't separate, which is weird. It doesn't separate as easily when I do it like this. Maybe it's because I'm applying a little bit less, but yeah. So I actually just showed you my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I showed you that before I'm blending out my concealer because I like to have that ready and open when it's time for me to apply it, because I crease very easily and I don't want my under eyes to crease. So as soon as I am done blending out, I take my beauty blender sponge, dip it into the powder, and put it right under my eyes so I don't have to worry about any creasing or blending it all over again. Now this technique is also something new that I have learned, because before I used to use the Real Technique brush, but this method of using the sponge with the powder works so much better. Now on to contour. I'm using my favorite palette by Ruby Kisses, and I use the two darkest shades in that palette and I mix them together to create the perfect contour shade for my skin tone. And I just use a random flathead eyeshadow or concealer brush, and I use it to place the contour where I want it to go, and then I blend it out. So this time I actually used a new brush that I got in my Ipsy bag, and at first I wasn't exactly sure what it was for, but then I read the description on Ipsy.com, and it said that it is for blending out concealer, foundation, or contour. And oh my gosh, it blended out my contour so well. I don't even, like, I can't even. I am that girl that is saying I can't even, because I really can't even. It blended it out so well, so nicely, so effortlessly. It was like a magic brush. It reminded me of the Expert face brush that I use, that I normally use from Real Technique, but I actually like this one a lot better. Now it could be, you know, that it's new and I'm excited to use it and all that, but honestly, I really think that it did well. Like, it blended it out to where it looked soft and natural, but still definitely enhanced and sculpted my face. It, oh my, that's it. I just can't, It just did so incredibly well. Now I'm taking my Real Technique powder brush and I'm just brushing away all that excess powder that I had on my face to bake it. I wasn't baking for that long because I didn't want it to be like, I don't know, I feel like if I leave the setting powder on my face, the longer I leave it on my face, the more problems I run into, I guess. So I try not to bake for as long anymore. And then after I brushed it off, I just pressed whatever was left into my skin. Now I'm taking this waterproof liquid eyeliner that I also got in my Ipsy bag. I guess my goal today is to use as many Ipsy products as possible. So I'm using my waterproof eyeliner as soon as I decide to get it open. It honestly took the longest time to get it open. Like, it was doing way too much. But anyway, this is a waterproof felt tipped liner and I used that today. To be completely honest, I wasn't too crazy about it. It did do well. It was very pigmented. It was somewhat easy to glide on, but still, it doesn't top my EM Cosmetics liquid liner. It doesn't cut it. It was a little bit difficult placing it over the glitter. It didn't glide on as much, but I was kind of able to work with it, but not my favorite. Now for my lower lash line, I'm taking both the purple and the pink color that I used to create the cut crease, and I'm putting it on my lower lash line. And I'm just blending it out with the smudge brush, and I kind of wanted it to be a little bit lighter than the top, because a lot of the times I actually like it to be darker, but this time I was going for a little bit of a lighter effect. So to achieve this, I actually used more pink than purple because obviously the purple was a darker and richer shade. So I used more of the pink color and just used a tiny bit of the purple and just blended it all out. It actually ended up kind of running because my eyes were watering. So I took the makeup brush and kind of cleaned up right under it, and that also helped to lighten up the under eye as well. Next, I'm taking this Smooth Minerals loose powder foundation that my friend actually gave to me because she said she didn't like the color. But it's kind of like a muted plum color. It is so pretty. For blushes, I tend to gravitate towards like nudes and more like muted, cool tones. I don't know, I just feel like that looks better for certain looks, for the looks that I normally gravitate to. But anyway, I'm taking my Real Techniques blush brush and I'm using that to just apply all over my face, and it goes on so smoothly. This is only the second time I've used it and I love it. It is my new fave. It is by Avon, I think. Yeah, I think I said it before. Avon Smooth Minerals Loose blush. Now on to lashes. I'm taking my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara and I'm just putting one coat on so that I can prep them for false lashes. I'll be using the Ardell Demi Wispy Lashes, and I use the Duo Glue, and it's the tinted one. It's black, and I'm going to apply the falsies, and then the look will pretty much be done. Alright, now to finish up the look, I'm just applying some lipstick. And before I do that, I'm lining my lips with my NYX lip liner in the shade Cocoa. Love this liner. It's actually the only liner that I use currently. And then I'm taking my satin finish liquid lip, and this is from the Fem Rosa collection. I don't remember the name, so don't ask me, but it will all be in the description box.